I'm Luke Stiles. I'm a composer and currently the young composer in residence at Glyndebourne. I came to that position through a fairly long path, which is quite common for composers, so lots of study. I began as an undergrad at the Royal Academy of Music here in London, and after that did 3 postgraduate degrees. The first one was in Vienna, then Germany, and then back here in London at King's. And when I completed my 3rd postgrad degree at King's, I then was appointed composition and musicianship teacher here at Junior Trinity. My position at Glyndebourne began in 2011, at the end of 2011, and I was appointed for 3 years to be their young composer in residence, which really means that I integrate myself into the workings of the opera house, learning how a piece gets produced there, and alongside that to be writing new works for the company. And so far that's involved a new work for the youth company, which was premiered at the end of the 2012 festival. So I was kind of writing that from the beginning of my residency, and then it was put on at the end of 2012. And then for this festival I've written a new work for the female members of the chorus, a tenor, a bass and a violin. The idea behind that was the women wouldn't have so much to do during Billy Budd and Falstaff rehearsals, so I would write them something new. And the soloists there are the Jerwood young artists. So I came to be appointed here at Junior Trinity as a composition and musicianship teacher shortly after finishing study, which was very convenient for me. And I moved back to London, so it was great to have a position that was really in the heart of London's musical life. And I worked beforehand with young people, and the spectrum of ages that I've taught here at Trinity Laban has gone from about 7 right up to 18, 19 to students on gap years. And the standard's incredibly high. I've had composition students who have written beautiful string quartets that have been part of the String Quartet Festival that was on this year, really original works, and then some students have gone on to get places at Oxford and other universities and music colleges around the UK, and it's just great to see a fostering of individual voices, which is so important. Working collaboratively has always been a part of my practice as a composer, and when it comes to opera, collaborative work is really at the very centre of it. You don't get an opera on stage unless you're working with a team that has kind of a similar vision as you, and that team includes the people making the costumes, the set. Really important, I think, to be working with the director, so that what the composer's imagining on stage and what the director's imagining on stage have something in common at least. And then there's the librettist. So there's lots of creative input that goes into forming this work. It's certainly not just the composer stuck in the ivory tower writing. So I've embraced the collaborative nature of opera wholeheartedly. And I think because that has always been a part of my work as a composer, I'm working with dancers or filmmakers or actors or even staging concert pieces in a theatrical way. Because I don't think that music exists in a bubble. The advice that I'd offer young composers, whether they're ones who are graduating from Junior Trinity and going on to music colleges, say, or ones that are finishing undergrad or postgraduate degrees from music colleges, is really just keep as many skills up to a high level as possible. So, I've done double bass playing and conducting, and I run my own ensemble as well as composing, and as many different hats that you've got to wear and skills you've got to present professionally means that you'll stay in work. And if you keep your focus on composition, if that's the main thing you want to do, you can fuse that into the other work. So you might do workshops where you're writing something for the young people perhaps, or you might put on a project with a group of friends and you write a piece for it, and you just get your music out there like that, really. Or if you play the piano really well, then form a little trio or something and write a piece for that. You've just got to seek out the work, and once you do that, eventually it'll start coming back to you.